Two masterful lessons. Gosh, dang it, that's so good. Guys, leverage. The person who owns the yacht, do you hear what he said? Oftentimes it's years before they even go spend time on their boat. Yet the boat is rented out 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
And the cost to rent it was as much as 3 months worth of his salary.
Yeah.
Leverage. He said it before. Find a way to make money while you sleep. Find a way to make money work for you, not against you.
Yeah.
Then he was on a cruise, went to the wealthy German men, said, I want to be rich like you. He said, well, there you go. You need to network. You need to be, your circle of influence needs to be where it wants to be. I had a great mentor tell me, shout out to Mr. Jake Spencer, told me that if you are the smartest person in your circle, you need a better circle.
Yes, you must lead. You must lead.
Go. He also said,
yeah,
when you talk about your circle of influence, he says, you show me the people you hang around with, and I'll tell you what your bank account is.
Yes, yes, that's true. That's true. That's really true.
Medhat is telling you the same thing.
Yeah.
Invest in yourself through your mind. Ask the wealthy, how can I be like you? Not maybe physically, or maybe some of them are brass, but you are asking the question, how can I have the mindset that allows me to leverage money, wealth to work for me and not against me? Could you imagine paying for a cruise, 20 people? He's just guesstimating, but saying it was probably 200,000 pounds. If you can afford to pay that, you've got way more money in the bank than 200,000 pounds.
Yeah. That is, yeah. And you know what's very, very interesting is I start to be in contact with rich people. The poor people, what I had in my how we call it, in my circle, told me, and do you think the rich people will show you how to be rich? And I say yes. And it was, you know why? Successful people had no problem to tell about success. They do not see you as a competitor.
Oh, that is so good. Can you say that last statement that you just made? I want you to say that one more time for people like myself who are a little slow. Say that last statement one more time.
Successful people, I forgot. Successful people will show you how to be successful because they do not see you as competitor. Because they know this, that they can be more successful. And if you be successful, it's like, it's like they don't think about money. Look, the people who think a lot about money, they are the poor people. The rich people do not think about money. The people who talk a lot about cars, they have no cars. The people who talk about sex, they have no sex. And a lot of things. That's something that is, And so is it. If you have an idea and I have an idea, and you give me your idea and I give you my idea, every one of us has two instead of one. We have four. It's not like money. If I take the money, then you have no money. No. That's a calibration. And successful people, if you will be successful, that's great. I help you to be successful. That's great. You will not take the money. And I give you an example, what I think every time, because the people think it's a small. I mean, imagine we are in a birthday. I have a birthday today, and we have a tort, and we are 20 people. Yeah. And come one of us and take the half and say, that's mine. the most of the people will be angry. But if we are the 20 people and this person take a boat and go fishing and come with 1 ton of fish, nobody of us will be angry. Why? You know why?
Why?
Because we think this thought is very small for us and the fish for everybody, and it's enough for everybody. And the money in this planet are enough for everybody. And mindset, enough. It's more than enough. So everybody can take as much as he wants. That's the quality of life.
Oh gosh. Come on. If you listen, if you are still struggling to believe what Medhat is talking about, or if you don't believe that the wealthy will want to share with you the knowledge upon knowledge that you are learning today on this episode, or the previous episodes that we've had, and the future episodes, listen, let me tell you something. He's been featured, kindleforums.com, usfeatures.com, the New York Times.com, goodreads.com. Guys, he has been featured, truehollywoodtalk.com, smallbusiness.com, thedailyhaze.com. If you think that he does not know what he's talking about, go search him up, go read what he's saying, go read why they interviewed him. This man has literally changed the course of so many now and in the future. How do I think he got onto this show? He was referred to me by my really good friend, Pascal Bachman.
I'm very grateful for this.
Yes.
I'm very happy to be here. It's really, really great. I'm
gonna explode with the knowledge that we have learned today. Now, preface this. You're moving along, business is doing great. You're doing well. And guess what? It's inevitable, guys. Guess what happens? Some form of trial, something that wants to change and alter. Are you dedicated to the process that which you are creating? 90-90-90, that's what Medhat had shared it. 15 years ago, something happened to you. 15 years ago, something changed in your life.
Yeah, that's
what
true.
happened?
I was in the hospital. I had a pain here in my shoulder, and then I did some X-rays and so, and the doctors looked, and I think that was more than 15 years, maybe 18 or something like this, I think. And so I was in Germany. I'm in Germany. I live in Germany now 23 years ago. And so my German was not very good. I didn't understand everything what they told me, but I have to make an MRI and a lot of things. And I say, I have a small problem in my shoulder. So in the end my life is in the end. I have about 3 or 6 months to live. And that was very, very hard for me because I was alone in Germany. And that was really hard. But it's more than more than 15 years now, and I'm still alive. And after this, it was really hard. And after this, every day when I wake up, it's a gift for me. And take it easy. I take the life now as a play. I cannot lose. And if I do not win now, I will win in the next round. And so it's going. That's why I do not take anything personal or I will be sad about it. No, I still alive. And that's it. I live now. And that's changed my life totally and helped me to think different.
It happens. trials, tragedy happens in your life. It will happen. The universe, God, whatever you want to call it, the spirit, the movement, energy, it will test you to see, do you really want this? In the space of, do you want this for personal and prestigious gain, or do you want to help and inspire and grow? How many times have you heard on this podcast, on this episode, Medhat talk about the growth, the share, the knowledge, the fish?
Yeah.
His mindset is to help grow and inspire. Why do you think he wrote the book with Brian Tracy, his mentor? 400 years of knowledge, and we can't pay $20, $25 for that?
Yeah.
That's incredible to think. You have a saying. You have a saying you like to say about if you don't lose, right? I know you had to translate it.
Yeah, I have to translate. I'm, my English is not. I think it's okay. You understand me, and our Tushaw, they understand me, and I say,
whoever fights can lose. Whoever doesn't fight has already lost.
yes, whoever fights can lose. Whoever doesn't fight who has already lost. And that's what I ask myself every time if I try something. If I don't try, it's no. If I try, maybe it's yes. So no, I have it already. Maybe I will have yes. And that's why I can try more than, and also in the sales I learn. No, it's not for me. It's going. It's not for me. If somebody say no, it's not for me. And we have to cope with no.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I have to ask because it's the businessman in my head, the sales mentality that I have, the when someone tells you no, when someone tells me no,
yeah,
that is when I always say that's when the sales process begins. Now, there are times when no, it's just flat out no, it's not a good fit, truly isn't a good fit, or just not in a position. But then there's the times when someone says no, but it's the way in which they say no.
Yes.
That is when the process begins. That's really, truly for me, when business starts, the sales start, the relationship, the partnership start. Give me one or two principles that you teach, that you have taught, because you've got lustrous years of business knowledge. How do you help people cope or understand the word no is not always negative, but most of the times is in a positive?
Sales start after no. Before no, this is not a sales that can everybody do it. After no, you can start exactly as you say, exactly. And no, like the people don't know what they like, but they like what they know. Everything, what you show, what the people do not know, they will not like it. So they will say no. Try to understand why, because the people, to come out of your comfort zone, it's very painful. Also for the people to make a decision, it's painful, especially if they have to pay money for this. If I do not take this decision, I keep my money, and that's the situation what I am now. If I do some investment or to buy something, maybe I don't need or something like this. No, it's uncomfortable. And so you are as a salesman, if you see what you have is valuable and the price is okay, and you don't sell, is like you can swim and you see somebody who go down and you will not help him. Because if you don't sell, will come somebody else has it better and more expensive and sell it. So you must sell if you see the value. I'm very happy that somebody sell me this jacket or the microphone or anything. I'm very grateful for this. And so that's what I teach the people. Do it like this and understand the people. If you understand, you can sell. If you do not understand, you cannot sell. And don't talk too much. You have to analyze a lot what the people need, what's the pain. If you can analyze, you can present. And not the information sales, the emotion. Yeah. Not the information. Yeah.
Yes, so good. Yeah, I know a lot of you are listening to this like, not in sales. I'm a police officer, or I just work a regular 9 to 5. Sales is every day.
Yes. We wake up and sell until we sleep. The whole time we sell.
The whole time.
Yes.
The biggest sell you will do every single day is to sell yourself on the process. The habits in which you form are taking you down the right path. If you listen to what he said, Medhat has said through this, also has said, you need to be the thermostat, not the thermometer.
Yes.
The thermometer is the broke mentality, the broke mindset, highs and lows, ups and downs, right? That's the dopamine. Everybody knows what dopamine is. You guys are going to go, oh, here we go. You're right. I'm going to go on a rant about dopamine. Dopamine is the feel-good drug. We all want it. We all go after it. We see something, we go, we want the dopamine. Now, the thermostat is the oligodendrocytes or the myelin. It's the coating that goes around all of those canals that push the dopamine. It builds and hardens. It's the conduit. It allows all of that dopamine to keep firing and not get burnt out. We have to build the thermostat or the myelin, so you guys can stay within that state of flow and influx. And when you're in that state of information, that's when the genius happens. That's when the inspiration, the knowledge, all of that happens. That is your sell. You want to know how to be successful? You do the same thing over and over and over and over and over. Oh, by the way, and over again. Successful people are some of the most boring people you will ever meet. Why? Because they have a system and a process that is unpenetrable, and it has the results that you are looking for.
That's true. You must be intelligent to be successful. They say you must be a genius. No, you must have the habit, and not only because most of the people do what they enjoy, how they I know how you say it. What you have fun with something. Oh, I have fun with. I do it. No, not only, because a lot of things they have no fun. I didn't enjoy to read books, but I know this is a way. Without this, I cannot. So I do it. And to learn or to go to seminars and write it and repeat and so, no. And 90. It's funny to look on TikTok and dance and funny things. It's nice, but you will be a dopamine junkie. And that's a problem. That's a problem. And so you go and do all what they do, and that's not okay. You cannot be successful with this. No.
Oh my gosh. Guys, listen. Grew up in a poor part of Egypt, South Egypt.
Yes.
Egypt. You listen, Egypt, South, poor.
Yeah.
The mindset of the family was poor. All you need is family. You don't need to be wealthy because they're evil. Could not read very well. Struggled with just reading a simple book. built his own company at 16, failed at it, but he learned, built another one, millionaire at 25, still broke mentally. On the outside, you got a lot of money, but mentally broke. Says enough is enough. I'm going to work on myself. At the age of 31, he finally said to himself, I no longer have to allow what I grew up with, where I came from, the people that I love, trust, and respect, hold any space in the way that I think anymore. I am successful because I focus on myself. I'm successful because I work on me. I'm successful because I actively look to grow my circle of influence with people that I want to be like, in the sense of he wants to work on themselves every single day. And then he builds principles, he builds habits, and he goes 90, 90, 90 all the time.
Yeah.
So I knew when we talked the first time this would be amazing, but this is and on his birthday.
Thank you very much. You know what's very interesting in the situation what I have now? I'm not caring anymore. I mean, I'm not afraid anymore to lose. As I told you, like a cook who cooks something and it's fall down and can cook again. So if I lose everything what I have now, 2 or 3 years, I will be in the same position and maybe more. And if I lose it again, 2 or 3 years, I will. What I did it in 20 years, I learn now how to make it in 2 or 3 years. And that's if you have this mindset, you can never be poor. Never. You will cook again. You can cook again and again, and every time better and more quickly. And this is a mindset what I love, what I really love, and I enjoy it. And I'm very grateful that I get this mindset and I live with this, and this is the quality of life. You know, as I had a lot of credits from the bank, you know, the flat, and you buy a big car and something like this. It looks rich. Yeah. And you can have the same without to have a credits or something like this. It looks also rich. The difference here is the feeling. I feel me rich. I feel I'm rich. And in the same situation, I have the same thing, but I feel poor. And that's because I have this, but I have to pay the money in the next 5 or 10 years. From my end, I must, you know, what I learned from this, you give value, you do good things, and you get money for this. But if you take a credit, consume credit, you take the money before you give value. And that's very bad. That's very bad.
Did you just hear that? If you give value, you get money.
Yes.
If you take the credit, you're getting the money before you actually give value.
Yes.
Man, that is extremely, extremely deep.
Yes. And this is something like you steal the money in my eyes. You go to the bank and steal the money and you have to pay, but you have to go to jail. Here, you must be slave some years because you get it before you give the value. And that is the mindset what's very important.
Mm-hmm. What a principle to learn about money.
Yeah.
You get the credit. You now become a slave to that credit. You are going to jail because you have not given the value.
It's the same. If you steal it, you go to jail. If you take a credit for consume credit, You will be slaves for some years. It's like a jail. It's the same. It's the same. You must give a value. Just a credit if you invest and you have a business plan. Take credit and invest. So you are not slave anymore. This is the freedom, what you buy with this money. You take a risk, you are free. And that's the difference. And money to invest is a leverage. That's very important.
Leverage.
Yes.
Oh, we we could go another hour on leverage, investment, and money, but I'm pretty sure there's a book. I'm pretty sure there's something out there that can help us understand those principles that you're talking about. What is so, Medhat, please take us into the space of your business, your consulting, what you give, the value. He's with Brian Tracy, guys. Does it get any better than that?
Yeah. What I do with Brian Tracy now, and it's really great because I did it for me and I got a lot of value, is I written my book as co-author with Brian Tracy the first. And Brian told me, use this book instead of business card. The business card, the people will float away, but this one not. And take a pen and write in what's nice. And so now, if I give 10 people my book, I get 3 premium customers. Great. And so it's not because I am Medhat Zaki. This is because of Brian Tracy. Yeah. And so I start to do the name with it. And now I earn much more money before. And so I asked Brian, could we do this again? And I take somebody who can profit from this leverage. And he say, I love to give back. Do it. And then we started with Succeeding in Business in Any Market, Volume 1, and the Volume 2 will be in September. And we will make Volume 3 in December and Volume 4 in March. A lot of people, they apply every day to be with us in the books and profit from this. And so that's what I can give the people now. People, I did it and it helps me a lot. And now I earn much more money with it. Do the same. And if I can help you, great. And we can put here our landing page. If you would like to be with us in the next book, welcome.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. What if people want to reach out to you? We have the landing page. What are other ways that they can connect with you, learn from you, study from you, interact with you? What's the best way for us to reach out to you?
They can be on the homepage, succeedinginbusiness.com, succeeding-in-business.com, and they will see what we do, and they can see also the co-author, or they can order the book from Amazon. And if they would like to contact us, they can contact us. And I have also my homepage, but I do just in Arabic or German. I do nothing in English. That's where you can see my English. But I will learn much more in English to be active in English. And yeah, that's. Or you can search Medhat Zaki. You will find.
You can.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. I'll have his Facebook. There's Facebook's right here. His LinkedIn. That's how. I mean, look. And the beautiful thing about technology is he can write it in Arabic or German, and guess what?
Yeah,
pop it into Google, and it will translate it for you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It may not be 100%, but you will get the gist.
Yeah,
and I'm sure if you want to write to him, you can write it in your language and have it translated to the language that he reads. There you go.
It's great.
This has been an absolute gem. An absolute gem. to get from how he started to where he is today and where he is going. As we wrap up this amazing interview on his birthday, everybody, so when you listen to this, I want you all to send him a belated happy birthday wish. If you were to see your 5-year-old self today, what do you think he would say to you?
Oh, why you need so long time to do this?
I love that. That is so.
Yeah, you know, my son is 8 years old. Yeah, and what he had the mindset now from me and about stories, what I tell him, and so it's like me with 31. And so he will be rich, I'm sure about this. But if I had this money mindset before, I get it with 31, it's okay, I'm satisfied. But if I had it before, that's why I tell to everybody, start now, it's never too late. It's never too late. If somebody says, oh, I am 40 or 50, that is no problem. This is just the feeling to enjoy the way to the financial freedom. The way is very nice and very interesting. Not only to come there, because it's a trip. It's a trip, and enjoy this. And that's very nice to have the money mindset and to do. How much money you have, it's not very important.
The money mindset. Listen to that. The super wealthy, the super rich, the yacht owners. You have just learned from somebody who knows what he's talking about. The accolades, you guys, look, here they are again. Here's all the accolades again. Go, yeah. Don't believe me? Follow the links. Follow the breadcrumbs. Because what he's giving you, you cannot put a price tag on this. Oh, before I let you go, 5 books, top 5 books I would recommend anybody read. Now, listen, guys, look, here's his first book. You're seeing it on screen. Here's the picture of the second book. We'll have the links on Amazon where you can go buy them. But other than that, top 5 books you would recommend anybody to read, whether it's personal development, a spiritual book, a business book, whatever it is, or even a podcast.
Yeah. The books. Before I say the books, very important is ask the right people if you need advice. That's very important, because somebody asks the people because they trust them. They are friends. They are because if I would like to ask about children, how to go with the children, I must ask somebody who has children, and not somebody who reads some books about children. And that's very important. Ask if you would like to start a business, ask business people, not employees. And that's to start the business with the employee mindset. Forget it. And that's very important before I start about the books. Books, Eat That Frog from Brian Tracy. That was the book who changed my life. Eat That Frog. And Think and Grow Rich. That's a great, great book. And one book, it changed also my life. The seven habits to highly effective people from Stephen Covey. A very great book. And also a very nice book, The Power of Now, from Eckhart Tolle. And the classic, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gosh.
That's also a great book. That's really a great book. Yeah. To know the difference between poor mindset and rich mindset, to know more, but it's not the knowledge. It's much more than the knowledge, because to have information That's not all, because everybody who smoke, who had the information that damaged the health. And doctors, they smoke also, and they know. And you know, just to know what you have to do, it's not enough. You must have it inside to feel it and to do what you have to do, not what you can do, what you have to do. And if you start the business, work on the business, not in the business. That's very important. Leverage. Yeah.
Gosh, there's so many, just that last little bit, there's so much more to ask you. We might have to do a follow-up on this one, guys. This will be one of those we'll have to do a follow-up on. Oh my gosh. You can see why. Ladies and gentlemen that are in our the 10 countries that are out there, you can see why that this is one of the fastest growing podcasts out there. Last year, 2022, the top 25% most shared globally. You can see why, because individuals like Medhat Zaki come on here and impart to us knowledge upon knowledge, line upon line, precept upon precept. This is and will continue to be a movement across that is sweeping the globe. The rich mindset, not from a financial or monetary way, but to change the way they think, to change the way you live. You've heard the quote multiple times. This is a living example of absolutely that powerful statement. Change the way you think, change the way you live.
Yes.
I told my beautiful daughter a couple weeks ago, I said, you establish a habit, you establish a brighter future.
Yeah.
Establish these habits. Be the thermostat. Leverage.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Guys, this has been like, share, comment, send it to people who need this kick in the backside, the shake up, and say, you need to listen to this because this is what I've been talking about. You can become wealthy and rich even though you grew up in South Poor Egypt, or you're from a little town on the Navajo reservation. You too can be like everybody else. This has been another fantastic episode on the Art Study of You. I will catch you on the next episode. Have a great day. Shout out to my biggest sponsor, Warrior Energy Drink. The reason why we partnered together is because we have the same mindset, with the same drive. We're for the people. We're about the people. Look, Warrior Energy Drink has 0 sugar options, and they got water as well. Low calories, great taste, very affordable, no crash, big energy fast, high in B vitamins, awesome design, culture design, 160 milligrams of caffeine. Other energy drinks have way too much, and they're always giving it back to their community. They're paying it forward. Partner with them, guys. Click the link below. Go get yourself your own Warrior Energy Drink and go crush today. Hey, everybody. I want to take this quick second here. A lot of you have asked me, what journal do I use? My family use? Simple. This journal right here. See, my buddy Craig Smith has spent years and years developing a journal that takes everything that's up in here and puts it on paper so we can be edified and grow. So if you don't know what to write about, which oftentimes happens, he gives you ideas. And if you want power statements, things that say, I am this, he gives you those ideas. Now, when you look at on one page, it says, this is what I'm accomplished. This is what I am statements. And there's a quote every single day that you get to write on and focus on. The second page is write your daily thoughts, get it out of your head, put it on paper to be the best version of yourself. The link's down below. Listen, I get no money for this. It's just, I believe in this journal. I love this journal. It's changed my life, my family's life. And if you want, it'll change your life as well.